Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragalia Foundry, a fan channel where everything Dragalia Lost can be found. This video is going to contain 2 co-op clears of the Sinister Dominion on the Master difficulty. I'm going to start off with a clear here of Asura, and then we'll switch over and I'll share my first ever clear of Iblis. Asura has been around for several months at this point, but this is the first time I've gotten around to it, and the reason I've done so is sort of to catch up ahead of the 3rd anniversary. I saw that Asura is going to be our raid boss, at least one of them, for an upcoming event where we'll get a free playable Harl, and I thought to myself, I better make sure I'm done with some of this content so I know a little bit about what to expect. And honestly, the Dragalia Digest had something to do with that, since it just got me more hyped than I have been in quite some time for playing Dragalia Lost. So I felt like going back into things. I'm going to share the Asura and Iblis first clears. Iblis, of course, being more recent. I'll share that next. But it was just really fun to go back into co-op, just kind of re-spark some of my interest with the game. And a huge thank you to the players who joined me here, who I coordinated with over on the Discord for this channel. So the link to that is in the description below. Feel free to join if you're a new player coming on board with the anniversary or a returning player. You're more than welcome there, and hopefully we'll be able to help you out and make it so that your experience is as smooth as possible as you're getting started or returning to Dragalia Lost. I definitely feel like a sense of wanting to catch up with the anniversary, and fortunately a lot of the events that are happening, the double drops, the triple drops, are really going to make that possible, and it feels like the game is moving toward a direction where hopefully it will be more friendly to players who are later adopters and want to catch up. I think one of the biggest things as far as catching up goes, especially in co-op content, is just finding the other players who are willing and are there to do that content with you. And so big thank you once again to the people that joined me for this co-op content here, because would not have been able to do this without people to actually play with. So I had cleared both of these fights in solo before, but it was really enjoyable to go back to co-op. It reminds me of the early days of the game when co-op was, in general, the easier way of doing things rather than solo. Nowadays, solo and auto tends to be easier, and they balance co-op with higher HPs and higher difficulty, more intense mechanics. Sometimes I wonder if it should actually be the opposite, if maybe co-op should be balanced to be easier, therefore encouraging players to do that rather than just autoing everything. But I know there are some out there who love the challenge aspect of co-op, and so for them, things being harder in co-op is more of a feature than a bug. Anyway, while the gameplay footage rolls, I just want to talk about the 3rd anniversary as a whole, some of the excitement for that as I've let it simmer since the Dragalia Digest played. I want to share a few of my updated thoughts based on what was in the Digest, as well as just kind of run down what are some of these catch-up events that are happening. So I went in, logged into the game. I don't see a lot more detail on the version update with the Omnisite and the additional unbinds on Dragon, so it seems to me that although that's in the latest version update, it doesn't seem to be really implemented yet or available yet, as far as I can tell, so I don't have much more to really comment on as far as that goes. But we did get a huge post about, here are things 1, 2, 3, I think all the way to 10, that are happening as part of the anniversary. So while this gameplay footage rolls, I'm just going to sort of scroll through that, scroll through the anniversary website, and I'll just kind of share my thoughts as I go. So let's get started. I'm reading one of the news posts about the various anniversary events. Dragalia tends to do this where they'll have a event with a proper story and everything that's happening with some production value, and simultaneously to those events, they'll run some double and triple drop things on the side, and that's kind of the type of post that I'm reading through here. So the first thing they've announced that's happening in conjunction with the anniversary is the Platinum Showcase with a 5-star Gala Dragalia adventure guaranteed. This is a good chance to catch up on previous Gala Dragalia adventures if you've missed out on them. The Platinum Showcases, having these guaranteed, is really nice the more of them you're missing. One thing to point out with Platinums, if you're not aware, if you're new to the game, is the Platinums, what you get as your 5-star is random. You don't get to choose, so it's not where you select a character. Those are called dream summons. And so for that reason, if you already have several of the Gala adventures, it may not be worth it to you. for me, I'm definitely not going to go for this one because I've had the good fortune of being able to keep up with the Gala adventures and gotten them in the past. Another thing that was announced is a Gala Dragalia with Gala Zethia and Gala Bahamut. And that Gala is going to start on the 30th and last until October 5th. I don't know what their kits are going to be like yet. Once they're revealed, definitely we'll do a review and talk about them in particular. But I would imagine that they're probably going to be really good. The first year the game was released, we got Gala Yuden as our anniversary Gala Adventurer, and he has proven his worth over time. Even when he released, he was quite good against High Zodiarch for the strategies that were popular in the day, and he's still quite useful for Legend Tartarus, which is some of the hardest content that you can bring light adventures to now, so I think he's still quite good. Second anniversary, we got Gala Zethia, who has yet to receive a mana spiral. That may be one reason that she's not quite as prevalent. Her mechanics just don't stack up that well against the current most difficult content where she could be used, so you don't see her too much, but the fact that this time around instead of Zaina we have Zethia, and we have Bahamut. I'm very optimistic about Bahamut in particular, just because Gala Dragons are usually really strong, so I can only imagine an Anniversary Gala Dragon is probably going to be super good. So I think even if Zethia, kind of like Zaina, doesn't end up being, a huge standout over the long term, I feel like Bahamut's probably going to be quite good. And I skipped over this, but prior to that, from the 27th to the 30th, so this is going to be our next showcase, that is the returnee Gala Dragalia that's going to bring back all the past Gala adventures with an appearance rate up and make them sparkable. That is another alternative that you could go with relative or versus the Platinum showcase. For instance, if there's one in particular that you're missing, maybe you prefer to go that route, a little bit safer, you can use your Diamantium on that instead, and that'll contribute at double the rate toward a Spark or Worm Sigil summon. So I think that's also pretty good catch-up showcase. For me, on that showcase, since I have the past Gala adventures, I'm just going to do the free daily tenfold summons, going to be logging in to take advantage of those, but not planning on summoning an extraordinary amount. But I probably will summon on the other showcase, and at least until I get Bahamut, which may or may not entail getting Zethia. And I do believe I have enough saved up to Spark, so I'm looking forward to that one. Okay, so moving on from the summon showcases, of course we also have 3rd anniversary packs that are paid packs. The best packs, in my opinion, are the ones that have a guaranteed value of sorts, where you're not just buying summoning currency, but you're getting like a guaranteed unbinds on a dragon of your choice with the Sunlight Stones. Those are the ones I lean toward. When you're a total beginner, there are several permanent packs that have a high ratio of Diamantium per dollar. And so those may be better if you just want to get a certain amount of Diamantium to do, let's say, a Platinum Summon or something like that. But I don't know how hard I'll go on the packs this time around. It may be worth it, honestly, just because they're some of the better packs that we get during the year, and then as showcases happen later on, you kind of wish you would have gotten those instead of getting the monthly packs. So I don't know how hard I'm going to go on that just yet. Besides that, we hear again about our daily free tenfold in this post. So it's going to be 380 daily free summons total, so it's 38 days worth, and then a free 100-fold summon as well, which is just ridiculous when you think about that's 480 summons, and then you're getting free Wormite from login bonuses, so it's well over 500 summons. So just to think that, in some cases you may not even be able to get a single free summon for an anniversary, or let's say a single free character of your choosing, even a classic character that's been around in the game for a year. Well, the fact that you get this, I feel like that's pretty great, because already in Dragalia you have this reroll system which lets you choose old and new 5-stars if you really have the patience to go through with it. So yeah, this is a lot of free summons, and although they're spread out and it's one per day so you can't stack them up, I still think it's an excellent value for the anniversary. Okay, so then as far as our login bonus, reading through it, day 1, we're getting the 5-star Wurmprint 3rd anniversary, day 2, 1500 Wormite, day 3, Mini Jupy, and Mini Jupy, I think you should complete the cycle of Mini Great Worms, right? Because we already have Mini Hildy, Mini Mercs, we have Mini Zodi. Yeah, I think that's it. We have mini mids, of course. The next day we'll get 30 million rupees. Day 5 is an Omnisite, then 30 Blessed Ethon Ashes, 300 Talon Stone, 3 Champion's Testament, 100,000 Eldwater, very solid, and then 1 Damascus Ingot. That's one of the login bonuses. I think there's another one, right? So when I keep reading here, the next thing that's mentioned is the Scratchathon, where you can win 1 million rupees, 5 exquisite honey, 50 wormite, 25 rainbow orbs, 1,000 Eldwater or Champion's Testament. And by the end, if you haven't won the grand prize, you get a guaranteed 5-star dragon summon. But those are random. Initially, when Scratchathons came out earlier this year, I thought you get to pick, but you actually don't. Then the Faith Forsaken raid is happening starting the 30th. We're getting some 3rd anniversary stickers on the 27th, as well as when you log into the game, you're going to get the anniversary music, you're going to get the anniversary voice lines, so that's going to be pretty fun. Resetting the social reward in co-op, I totally missed this one. On the 27th, that means that when you play co-op, for the first 50 times with new players you're interacting with, you get 50 wormite, and that caps and you can get up to 2,500 wormite from that, so that's pretty sweet. And then the 3rd anniversary upgrade events are going to include triple drop events for Avenue to Power, triple rupee events for Avenue to Fortune. Those are okay. When it's triple, it actually might be tempting. Would have to check the math on that. But triple drops and half stamina for main campaign chapters is also like fantastic time to farm up on Draconic Essences, especially if those are going to be used for the 5th Unbinds of Dragons, and it looked based on the picture for the version update like they will be. So let me click around here on the website and see if there's anything else that I've missed. So they definitely show the triple drops and half stamina for Elemental Ruins, Dragon Trials, half stamina for Imperial Onslaught, and then they say the triple drops and half stamina for all main campaign chapters is going to be, for all of them on the website, so great Draconic Essence farm. For the Agito, rotating daily co-op double drops, half stamina, half Gatherwing, excluding the legend difficulty, still good. That's a great catch-up for the Agito because you do want to grind that for your weapons in the game. And on the website, they do mention the login bonus part 2 that starts in October, so I don't know the contents of that one yet, but it looks pretty good to me. I'm pretty excited about all of this. So other things, if you haven't checked out the website yet already, you have the beautiful picture that I used for my thumbnail for the Dragalia Digest reaction, but just the picture of all the past stories and characters from this past year. Vania, Alberius is on there, you have Nino, you have Pecorine, the New Year's crew, Humanoid Mercury, you have a lot of the characters on there, which I love. Also mention of Gala Zethia and Gala Bahamut, the fact that we get free Harl in the Faith Forsaken event, the Twitter retweet, which if you haven't done that already, definitely go ahead and do that, just because it's some of the rewards are just based on the collective amount of retweets. I'll post a link to retweet in the description below. Future updates, I love how they teased this yesterday. This was one thing I also liked. They showed, upcoming characters all the way to March of next year with the Pia ult. They showed the next round of endgame bosses with the primordial Great Worms. And if I had to guess, because they have said that character releases are going to start to slow down, I still think that they probably showed, half, maybe less than half of the characters that are coming out. I think for each of those characters associated with like a holiday, there's probably going to be at least one more that has yet to be revealed. That'll be a way of building hype in the future. And even then, there may still be like 1 or 2 more other characters a month. Like I could still see us easily getting 4 characters a month, but maybe it won't be that much. Maybe it'll be like 2 to 3. But yeah, I did like some of those. For me, the Pia alt was just so cute. That was probably the standout. On the website, they also mention Enter the Kaleidoscape. And when you click onto this one, I don't think they have it here, but I definitely remember, I think maybe I just looked at stills of the Dragalia Digest, but you get a worm print with a picture of the adventurer who you completed the Kaleidoscape with. So it's kind of like the medal system, hopefully has, add some replayability. I have to admit, I haven't been going after the medals. That's another area we need to catch up. But hopefully that adds some replayability to that mode. And I think that's most of what was covered on the website. So other than that, you know, our Shadow Focus Showcase is about to end soon. We're going to get the Gala Showcase back with all the past adventures, with the version update. Another thing to mention is just the fact that drop rates have increased as well, which is another great thing as far as catching up on the game. And otherwise, one other thing I wanted to mention was, you know, as far as the story goes, this next event is very clearly related to Divine Deception, which is happening right now, and another event which is going to be added to the event compendium very, very soon. So, gosh, I'm blanking on the name. But the other event is the one with Nevin and Pinon. Agents of the Goddess. Sorry about that. The Agents of the Goddess event is going to be added to the event compendium. So go play that one. I believe that one's going to be in there in the next couple days. Go play that one first. Then read the story for the Divine Deception event. They happen in order, if you haven't read the story for it already, of course. And you'll be well set up for what this anniversary event looks to be. I mean, it looks like absolute insanity. These demons and other figures like that I never would have expected to see in Dragalia Lost if you'd have asked me 3 years ago. They seem to have nothing to do with the game, yet have a space in the larger metaverse, if you will, of Cygames. So, you know, I guess it makes sense that we're getting Bahamut and all these other figures. But anyway, y'all, I think that is pretty much going to do it for today. Thank you as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care, and I'll see you next time.